think I set the stream up right. My brain. I am so tired. My brain is just blah, 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 blah. But I think it's set up right. I have seen so many people play this game, and I wanted to fit it into my schedule for so long, but I could never find a time for it. And I've heard that apparently polls look really, really nice in short streams if you're on mobile. So I was like, oh my god, wait, that'd be perfect for a short stream so that we can do it with a bunch of polls. And I tested it and I set it up, and the question that it gave me, it was like, okay, one more and then I'll just leave it and we'll start on stream. Wow! That is a question. Also, please, Joy, I've asked before, I don't like comments about when I'm late. Please don't do that. I did not expect such a question right off the bat. Holy moly. Holy moly. So, the first one, I'll make the poll now, but I'll probably chat a bit before we actually use it. Would you press? Yes or no? So I guess this is the true moment where we find out just how horny you guys actually are. The fact that this is winning right now scares me. That yes is winning. Oh god. A lot of you guys are gonna get arrested. So, the first question that it gave me was, you and your lifetime crush are suddenly naked together, but it's in public. Would you press the button? Would you go for it? Would you press the button? I imagine you like suddenly appear in the middle of Shibuya Crossing, like the biggest intersection ever, and you're just both like T-posing in the middle of the street naked or something, and that's how you appear, and then you're like, oh shit. Never said it had to be in public with other people around. I don't think you understand what the word public means, if that's your answer. Nah, bro, you gotta assume at least somewhere between 1 to thousands of people are there. Anywhere from 1 to thousands. It's in public. It's in public. So, yeah. I mean, technically, we're all naked in public all the time. We're naked under our clothes. We're naked under our clothes all the time. We just try not to think about it. What if exhibitionism is your kink? Listen, by the fact that over 50% of you have said yes so far, I think it's a lot of your kink. Holy moly. Holy moly. I mean, I guess if it's your only shot, you know, sometimes you gotta shoot your shot. Apparently, quite literally, no matter who's watching. I can see it happening for real in VR chat. Okay, in VR chat's a little different though. In VR chat, I feel like is kind of like not quite the same thing because it's not actually you that's naked. Okay, fine. Let's assume it's VR chat, but it's a 3D scan of your body. So it's like actually your body. You can't cheat with an avatar. That's true, you can share the shame. It's a bonding experience. You just bond over the trauma of being naked in public together. Besties for life. No one else will be able to look at either of you ever again. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I mean, that is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Although I guess for some people it's more like an everyday opportunity. But I don't know. I don't know. The public part is kinda... Well, we know chat's answer. I know that you guys, employees, have just it's pretty even. But over half of you have decided that you would go for it. you would just go for it. Well, I hope you enjoy standing in the middle of Shibuya Crossing. You know, actually, if there were two butt-naked people standing in the middle of Shibuya Crossing, I would genuinely believe it was some sort of, like, artistic thing happening. I'd be like, what's going on? Yeah, that's one way ticket to go to jail. You guys are gonna get arrested for public indecency. Listen, here's the thing. I'm gonna end the poll there, but here's the thing. If you take this opportunity, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Because then, it would be a bonding experience, but also, 1, you'll get arrested. 2, if you get arrested, there's no chances to be naked together in private. You've wasted everything. You've wasted everything! Because you went to jail! You guys are gonna be disappointed in me for this, I think. I would not. I would not. The fact that most people are on my side pleases me slightly, but almost half of the people did still press it, which is slightly concerning. If you go to the same jail, I mean, true, no, what a name for this situation, no warning. True, if you go to the same jail, then that could work out in everyone's favor, but I mean, if you don't, then that's a problem. You get to see them naked and that's what matters, but listen, everyone else, even people you don't want to, will see you naked. You're willing to make that trade? Are you willing to make that trade? I am not willing to make that trade. Nah, you do you. I think I'm good on that one. I think I'm good on that one. What did you walk into? I don't even know what I walked into, Sterling. I opened the game and I was like, this game is a mistake already. This was a horrible mistake. Alright. I'll see ya. Yeah, no, you don't even get to do anything. It's just like stare in public while everyone else stares at you. It's like that ain't worth it. No way. Let's see what the next one is. Okay. Let me see. Press the button! Yes or no? Why is it? Hold on. Will you press this button? Everyone gives you a gift. Every day. But it's the same gift. Every day. From everyone. So you get a lot of it. I feel like this one is pretty straightforward. Karanuma is pretty much on the right track here with this one. What is a bad gift? Marbles. Free is free though. Can you pick the gift? Assume no. Assume it's like whatever you get next. Like it could be like an ugly Christmas sweater, the same one. It could be a chocolate bar. It could be like anything, but you always get the same gift every day. But there's a twist to this one, right? So the thing is, if the gift was $100, then you're really winning. But it doesn't really matter in the end what the gift is, right? A penny every day. Yeah! Here's the main thing with this question. If you get anything at all, in theory, this something is worth money, unless it's so bad that you have to pay to get rid of it. If it's worth money, you can, in theory, sell this gift. You only need one, probably, but you can sell all the others, and you can keep selling all the others, which means every day you are making bank. So it doesn't even matter if it's the same gift every day. You can just sell it for money and buy yourself more gifts. Yeah, exactly. Even if it's like cow shit, sell it as fertilizer. Bam! No matter what, you are getting so much money. So I think chat, you decided you would press this one. I would absolutely press that button. It seems like most people would. Some people are too stupid to realize they can sell it, which is disappointing. But, you know, sometimes people forget that options exist. And that's okay. You're not stuck with the gift forever. If you were stuck with the gift forever, like you had to keep every single one and you weren't allowed to get rid of it, I think my answer would have changed. But in this case, there's nothing specifying that. So in theory, you can just sell a bunch of them. Imagine they give you uranium. I mean, you could probably sell it for a lot of money somewhere. I don't know where. Power plant or something, maybe. Yikes. That would make you could power the power in the whole planet with that much money. The money accumulates over time. Exactly. I gotta get that money. What's the next one? Will you press the button? You get $20,000, but a 50% chance you lose one of your thumbs. Will you press the button? Would you press the button? Are thumbs really that useful? I mean, it is the difference between us and some primates. So I don't know. This one's more tricky, honestly. Define lose a thumb. Like, will it be gone, but my hand will be healed? Like, will there just be like a little stubby or like a flat section on my hand? Or will, like, you cut my thumb off? Am I gonna feel the pain? Am I gonna feel the pain, or will I just be like I was never born with a thumb? Like, what are we talking here? But it is 20,000, that's true. For most people, that's not even like a whole year's worth of salary. I don't know. If it was like 200,000 or even 50,000, like a whole year's salary or something, maybe. But yeah, I don't know if 20,000 is really worth the risk. I'm kind of with Ballistic Brows here. I feel like if you offered me more money, maybe I would go for it. Or if I knew somebody who could make a really good, like, prosthetic thumb, like a robot one, that would work really well, and, like, I could control it with my brain, and it'd be like I had a thumb again, then maybe I'd consider anyway, but that's true. You get more insurance for losing your thumb, but at the same time, I kind of like having my thumbs. I mean, you guys heard my fast typing? I think for this one, I'm gonna be a coward and say no, but only because the amount of money is too low. Like, you want me to raise the stakes? Baby, you gotta raise the stakes first. That ain't enough. I think it's pretty even with this one, but most people seem to agree. Like, it has to be more. That's true! Playing games without one thumb would be so hard for dual stick games. 30 million, though. I wouldn't even hesitate. I'd be like, chop my thumb, baby! I'll get the axe myself! I'd be like, I'll do it for 100% chance I'll lose a thumb for 30 mil. Just take it. I'll sell you my thumb. You gonna give me 30 million? Sure. I would just sell it at that point. It's funny that there's real jobs that have a probability of losing your limbs for, like, I mean, a lot of jobs do, honestly. Believe it or not, the #1 workplace injury industry is not even what most people think. It's not construction. It's not anything like that. The #1 field of workplace deaths and injury is fast food. It's the most dangerous place to work. There's like slippery oil on the floor, and you're using hot things to cook while working with like an inhumane rush and angry customers. A lot of people every year get really hurt or die working fast food. Like, it's a lot more dangerous than people give it credit for. Yeah, there's fucking boiling oil there like all day. It's really dangerous. So there's a lot of different workplace risks that if you've never worked in something, you might not think about. And that's a big one that I think often people forget is like a danger. I think there's more fast food jobs out there than construction and stuff. No, I think it's by percentage. I can't remember where I saw the study. I think it's like percentage of the workforce that got injured or something like that. Because you're more likely, even if you have good shoes, right, to slip on oil than you are likely to like mess up something with construction. Because you know, even the best trained people can still slip on hot oil on the ground. I literally know someone who got a concussion working fast food because they slipped on hot oil. Like, they were doing everything right, but oil spilled on the ground, and you can't always control that. They went flying. They were lucky they didn't land in the fire. It's a hard job, man. I don't think I'd ever be able to work in fast food. It'd be way too hard for me. A concussion. Yeah, they hit their head on the ground after falling. They fell backwards and cracked their neck on the ground. It is, I would disagree that it's not hard. I would say it's incredibly hard. Mentally stressful is hard, bro. I think I would rather, like, literally anything other than working fast food. I would not be able to deal with the angry customers. Like, if you press the button that's like, get the number one thing you want in life, but you have to work fast food in a day, I would not press the button. It's too hard. It's too hard. I could not do it. Never. Mad respect to everyone who manages to do that. Like, mad respect. Alright. Next one. Would you press the button? I'm just gonna copy it so I can copy and paste. So for this one, you'll get a non-fading perfect dream tattoo. But it'll hurt 1,000 times more than usual. That is a lot of pain. I am torn on this one. I actually have a couple tattoos I want, but I'm nervous of the pain, so I haven't booked an appointment yet. I feel like there's probably some conditions here that I would like to ask about before I would press the button. Exactly, like, can I be sedated? Can I be sedated? Can you just, like, give me the good drugs, inject them into my veins, and I pass the fuck out the whole time, and then, like, joke's on you because I feel no pain? Or, if it's 1,000 times more painful, will I pass out anyway? Will I not feel the pain because I'll be unconscious? I'm assuming maybe the pain will be so bad that I'll actually faint. In which case, that's not so bad. I really want to get a tattoo of, like, my doggy's paw print. Like, her foot in ink, and then get that tattooed on myself. Tattoos aren't too painful, actually, just around bone. I want to get one on my neck, though. I want to get the Scion tattoo from Final Fantasy XIV on my neck. Don't judge me. I feel like I would suffer a lot, though. I found, one thing. The paint of tattoos you have are not that bad, and your colors from 20 years ago still look good. Yeah, that's the thing. They don't actually fade or move that much. Do you guys know why tattoos fade and move? Oh my god, if you guys don't know, I can tell you. It's actually so interesting. Do you guys know? Have any of you seen that random video that kept ending up in everyone's, like, recommended YouTube feed? Can I tell you guys? So, what happens with tattoos is that, they're actually inside your immune system, right? So, I think it's a macrophage, I'm not sure. There's, like, a part of the immune cells that they see the ink going in and they try to kill it. But they can't kill it because it's ink, it's not alive. So what they do is they will go and surround it to keep it from going in the rest of your body. And when they surround it, basically the ink is living inside those cells. And when they die, it'll move around a little bit, and then another immune cell will come and eat it up. So it's basically, when it moves, it's because the cells are actually, like, moving around and shit. So that's why it ends up moving or fading. When it fades, it's usually because over time a little bit of the ink ends up escaping and just going elsewhere in your body or, like, disappearing or whatever. But most of it ends up, yeah, inside your immune system. The immune system is really cool. I remember reading a lot of comments in that video, and a bunch of them were like, oh my god, I feel bad for my immune system. I feel bad for my cells. I'm putting them through this torture. Also, hi, Rabbit Sensei! And then an equal number of replies being like, oh my god, my immune system loves me so much. My tattoo is a reminder. I think it was kind of really fascinating. Hello, Marlo. I also saw another thing that apparently is a comparison to tattoo pain. I don't know how accurate it is, but I read a number of people saying that they're kind of the same type of pain. I don't know if any of you guys have ever used one, an epilator. So let me explain what an epilator is for people who've never seen an epilator before. So basically a tattoo injects a needle over and over and over again to put a little bit of ink into your body, right? So an epilator is essentially it's a good old hair ripper. It's like a hair remover device for people who are like too afraid of things like waxing, right? But the irony is apparently it's so much worse because what it is essentially is it's like a thing that moves in a circle and you like slowly move it across your body, but inside of it is basically like hundreds of tiny pairs of tweezers. So your skin isn't damaged at all. And as you slowly run it over yourself, it rips out your hair one at a time. Yeah, a bunch of synchronized tweezers where one at a time. You have to go very, very slowly to make sure nothing's missed. It just keeps ripping them out one at a time. So you know how waxing is like supposed to be really painful because it's like all of it ripped off at once. It's basically that pain, but make it like, it's like when you have a Band-Aid and you rip it off really slowly. And I've seen, yeah, it sounds like a torture device. That's what I was looking at some out of curiosity, and a lot of the reviews are saying like this should be a torture device. And essentially, that's what I've seen a lot of people who have used those and have gotten tattoos say that they're very comparable. Apparently, like the slow, methodic, like pings of pure agony are very similar. So I'm tempted to get one and see if I can handle it, and if I can, then maybe I'm okay for a tattoo. My fear, if I start getting a tattoo, is that the pain is gonna be so bad I won't be able to finish getting a tattoo, and then I'll have like half a tattoo, and that's just horrible. So yeah, that's the only reason I haven't gotten any yet. Otherwise, I'd quite like to. Yeah. You heard the wiping off the ink is of it's worse than the needle? I didn't even know that was part of it. I thought you just needled it and then you're good. I don't know how tattoos work. They're a thing that I've never had, what I want. I just need to get a little confidence in terms of pain. Doesn't hurt till after it's done? I've heard a number of people say the opposite though. They find it hurts quite a bit while doing it, and then it's just like a burning sensation afterwards. Your skin gets so sore after a while that is it just like you stop noticing it? It gets so sore that like you don't really feel it? Or does it get so sore that you start feeling it for big ones? Maybe the needle's so small you don't feel it? All your pals who got tattoos saying wiping off the ink is worse? That's true. It would be a bunch of open wounds. I feel like, personally, I'd rather wipe off the ink if that is a thing. Just because... I wasn't thinking of an outline for dog paw, though. I was thinking of straight up the whole paw. Like the whole paw print. Like filled in. If the pain after is worse than during, that makes me feel even worse. Because if I don't handle the pain during, how am I supposed to handle the pain after? Maybe I should give up now. I have a really high pain tolerance, though. It's just my fear is, like, once I commit, it's too late to go back, right? That's like a burning, dull knife being dragged. See, that sounds horrible to me. That sounds horrible. I don't know. That sounds like the worst ever. The worst part of a tattoo is resisting the urge to scratch the face. I would believe that. I would believe that. I've heard that that's quite bad, yeah. But you know what'd be really funny? Me just to calm down so that it'd force me not to freak out. Just like go on Twitter space and be like, hey guys, I'm gonna chat while I get my tattoo. Because then I'll be in stream mode. I cannot admit pain in stream mode. Nah, that'd be terrible. Because if I did scream my lungs out, you guys would think I was dying. Now think about the people who have like 20 tattoos. I know a lot of people like that. That's like most people I know who have tattoos, honestly. Most people I know who get one really like it and then they get a bunch more. I still really want them. My fear is just... My fear is literally if it's too hard for me and I can't back out. I don't know how I would tolerate the rest of the pain if it's too hard for me. Anyway, for this question, I would say yes if I could be put out for it. Or if I knew the pain would be so bad I'd faint and not have to deal with it anyway. I'm gonna say, I like how it's like 50-50. I'm going to say no, under the assumption I have to be awake for it just because I'm having too much trouble already committing to getting a regular tattoo. I would still like one though. Maybe someday I can force myself to be brave. I still really want my dog's paw. It's my dog that passed away. Cause I thought it would make like if I got it, it would kind of feel like she's still with me all the time, you know? And that's why I really want that. And I figured too, if it does really hurt, it's kind of like, I don't know, physical pain will help with the mental pain or some shit. So I thought it'd be really nice, but I just don't know if I have the guts to do it. But we'll see. I also can't decide where to put it. Because then I'd probably want to get one of like any other pets that pass away. So it'd have to be in a spot that's really big and I can keep adding. I was thinking maybe on my side or like on my arm or my thigh or something. But I don't know. We'll think about it. I can't get a temporary one in this case though, unfortunately, because it would kind of defeat the point of like feeling like my dog is already with me, you know? Always with me. So yeah, we'll think about it. You're doing a tattoo once a decade to remember that decade? That's actually a really cool idea. I will think about it again. It would be really nice to have. I'm just I'm such a baby. I literally am and I'm not though. As I said, I have a really high pain tolerance, but I don't like putting myself willingly in situations that are painful either. So if I have to put myself in a situation that's painful, I'll be like, no. I will do everything I can to avoid it. But if I end up in a situation with like pure agony pain, I deal with it surprisingly well. Like when I sprained my ankle after Anime North last year, I just kept going. I had to stand on the bus for 2 hours, and I just kept going. And I met up with my friends. and then I actually went next door to where there was like a pharmacy, and I bought a wrap, and I just put it on, and I just went about my day. And I kept going, and everything was fine. But if I had to choose, like, do you want to sprain your ankle or not? I'd be like, no. But I also deal really bad with tiny pain, if this makes sense. Like, really severe pain, I can deal. But, like, little pain, like, if I get a paper cut, I'm gonna be the biggest fucking baby about it. Like, even when I fell off the train in Hong Kong, my leg got really badly bruised. Holy shit. I did have to give up and admit, like, when I got to the office for the first day, I was like, I'm gonna have to miss the morning meeting. I gotta lie down. I just literally lied down in the office. and iced my foot and fell the fuck asleep. But on the train and stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Because when I have really bad pain, I don't notice it because I go into shock. So everyone's like, are you sure are you sure you're okay? As I was limping, I was like, yeah! But then as it started to heal a bit, I was like, oh, I can feel it now. So some of the other days I was a little bit, I don't want to walk. But that's when it wasn't as bad. Because when it's not as bad, my brain doesn't block it out anymore. How do things like this always happen to you? I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I did so I could stop it, man. You don't even know the half of it. There's so many other things I've never said that shit. The stupidest injuries, man. Let me see. Alright, next. Ba 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 ba. Will you press the button? Oh no! Okay, so you gain the ability to fly like Superman, but it costs $50,000 and you can only fly when totally naked. Oh no. I think this is one situation where the pros don't quite outweigh the cons. If it costs $50,000, that alone is a reason where I would be kind of like, not really. If it's $50,000 every time, no. If it's $50,000 once, maybe, if I could not be naked. If it was free but naked, I may consider, because in theory, as long as you take off and land from very safe, like a middle, hold on, like a middle of a forest, or like the ocean or something, then that'll be fine. Also, I love Vtuber talk. I feel, yeah, the nakedness kills the deal. I'm kind of in agreement. I don't think I'm gonna press this button at all. I'm not so good with this one. How fast would you be able to fly? True. If it's instant, then maybe. As long as I have clothing in both locations. Oh my god, 69% said no. Nice. Yeah, it's not worth the cost every trip. That's the main reason for me too. The naked one, that's exactly it though. If you're so high, nobody would see you. That's why I'm kind of like, it's not that bad. But the $50,000 kind of sours the deal, or the naked sours the deal. Take away one, and I think I would press it. But with both conditions, nah. Okay, will you press the button? You become the world's most intelligent person, but you get no credit for any of your work. This is actually a pretty interesting one. Because do you value being intelligent and making cool discoveries? Or do you value getting credit? That's what this really comes down to. Because you don't have to have both things necessarily. I'm kind of agreeing to an extent, Rabbits, and say it's like, I usually prefer to work behind the scenes. Like, I don't really care if I get credit so much. If I can, like, do cool stuff, like, I feel like it's even safer if you don't get the credit, to be honest. Because the reality is, if you're the smartest person in the world, and people know that, and they see your name on all these things, you're gonna be a target. People are going to want to get rid of you or use you. So, if everyone else gets all the credit, that means that nobody will go after you. No one will care about you, which kind of sucks. But if you prefer to keep a low profile, then this is like a no-brainer. Literally a no-brainer. You knowledge hack the lottery? Exactly! You don't get credit for it. Oh, you keep the money, but no one will know it's you. Even better! That is amazing. don't get the credit, you can't get hired. No, it'd be like the equivalent of being like a shadow writer. Like, you can't get the credit, but you still have the job or whatever. Like, you could do all the things and know all the things, but other people will get credit. Like, if you invent something cool, like say that I invented it, and then everyone would be like, Bob, or whoever invented it. It's like, I know I did the thing, but everyone thinks someone else did it. I think for some people that would suck. But a lot of people wouldn't necessarily care and might even actually prefer to live in the shadows a bit. You won't earn anything? It doesn't say you won't earn anything, though. It just says you won't get the credit. You could still earn money. You just won't get the credit for it. There's lots of ways that you can make money without getting credit. Or you can invent something. If you're the smartest person in the world, you can invent the way to get infinite monies. Doesn't mean anything you do goes uncredited. I think it's anything. So like you can never really get credited for anything you do. Like publicly or formally, I guess. But it doesn't mean you can't get paid. Pay isn't necessarily credit. It's like different. Oh my god, someone take credit for your master crimes to get away scot-free. That's so genius! Just become Moriarty. Oh, that would be so cool. I'm gonna press this one. Looks like most of you guys agree with me. I'm gonna press it. I'm gonna press it. Bam! Interesting. Most people would press it, but there's a high percentage that still wouldn't. Interesting. Alright. Let's see. What's the next one? Okay. Let me see. Oh wait, I copied it. Would you press the button? So, you can learn anything in a minute. How to play a sport, how to cook, etc. like in the Matrix. But it only lasts for 1 month and then disappears forever from your mind and you can't learn it again. So you can be a genius at everything. Very temporarily. And then after a month you forget how to do all of it. I'm very torn on this one. I'm extremely torn on this one. Because, you know, as a VTuber, I wouldn't be able to have, like, any specific niche. But I could cycle through a new niche every month and be amazing at it. And that would be kind of cool in and of itself. Or, for people who are really bad at sticking to hobbies anyway, this could be really fun because then it's getting to experience a lot of hobbies at a high level temporarily instead of having to dedicate your whole life to like one thing. That's true. A month is no time at all, but if you learn something with a lasting impact, it'd be good. Yeah, that's also true. But at the same time, what about important stuff? If it's something you don't already know, like, yeah, what about driving? What if you don't know how to drive yet? That means you'd learn how to drive really quickly, but then you'd forget how to drive after a month forever, and you can never relearn how to drive. It's like, assume it's anything you don't already know at this moment. Everything you don't know yet. You can't live your life of gaming for only 1 month. If you're already gaming, then gaming wouldn't apply. It's like anything you don't already do. Because I think anything you already know, it wouldn't apply at all, you know? Invent faster than light engine, write it down and ship it, be set for life. True! You could do so many things. Like, I want to learn electrical engineering, invent something cool. And then be like, I want to learn, I don't know, I want to learn how to make biofuel. And you'll learn, and then a month later, do another invention. Also, Jan, keep on thinking about the super. Press the button for best boss. Interesting to see you. Thank you. I don't think I could do this one. I'm gonna be real. You'd be left with no skills and anything. Not true, because you can always find another thing to learn. There's like infinite things to learn in this world. So the reality is, you can still find tons of different things to learn in the future. But like making fuel out of like grass or something. I don't know. I know there's like fuel somewhere made out of corn. I think so. Yeah, Yeah, it can't be learned another time. You can't relearn the same skill. Like, it would be how to make... Can I learn how to stop world hunger? It says anything, so yes. But then you can't relearn it. So if the solution starts not working, you can't come up with another one, sadly. That's true. You could learn flying, and then you can fly with clothes this time. But then after a month, you can't fly anymore.
Baby, get that money.
Learn how to time travel and return on the last day. Damn. Loophole. First skill learned is the skill to have a photographic memory? No, because then you just have a photographic memory for the whole month, and then you'd lose it at the end of the month and forget everything. It's not quite a loophole, but close. Close. Unless what you want to learn is can learn anything in a minute, learn how to, I don't know. I guess no matter what, it would cease being relevant at the end of the month, so yeah. I don't think I would press this one. As much as it is kind of tempting to be able to know how to do lots of things I don't know how to do, simply because I really enjoy learning things. I really enjoy learning things. And I didn't put all my time into learning so many things just to lose them. And if I don't put any time into it and I just have it, it's like, I don't know. It's tempting, but at the same time, I feel like it wouldn't be meaningful. You'd get so used to learning everything so easily that you would genuinely stop caring. It wouldn't feel, you wouldn't have any sense of accomplishment anymore. So it would be kind of like sad and lonely. So I don't think in that regard I would be interested in that, even though at first glance it does seem very tempting. But I can understand why other people might want to take it as well. Speaking of which, can I show you guys something I've been practicing real quick? I'm not gonna get rid of the music, so you're not gonna, it's gonna sound weird on top of it. Let me see. I'm curious if anyone recognizes this. And then we'll move on to the next one. Let me see. I don't know if anyone will recognize it. Okay. Oh, that's so bad. Let's restart. Okay, hold on. I need to turn off my music. It's gonna like drive me insane if I don't. Okay. Just a little bit of it. Just a little bit as a teaser. I'm wondering if you guys recognize it. One more time. I could do it before stream. I don't know if anyone recognizes it. It's when I'm trying to learn. But yeah, no. I like how nobody guessed it actually. But it sounds familiar. The thing is, it is one that blends in. You might not recognize it out of context because it was made to kind of fit the situations it's used really, really well. So unless you've listened to it out of context, you might not recognize it out of context. No one's guessed it so far, though. No one's guessed it. That's okay. That's okay. It's because the song does what it's meant to do. But I feel like from Rose's comment, may, unless I was referring to my own BGM, may recognize it. Let's see. Anyway, I would not press this button, even though I can understand why it's kind of tempting. It's not from Inuyasha, no. I'm gonna try to play it properly on Saturday a little bit. I will Okay, next. Okay. Would you press the button? You get a medium-sized house in the country of your choice, a popular car, and a stable job that pays you enough to live a comfortable life. But you live in the 1920s. I mean, you'd be living a comfortable life, but you would not have internet. You would not have internet. You also wouldn't have modern medicine. You would not have modern medicine. You would not have, like, anything. You could go full board in card games, but were card games around back then other than, like, regular cards? I don't think there used to be, like, TTRPGs or anything. Unless there are really old ones. I don't know. You don't need medicine if you live comfy. That's a lie. Anyone can get sick. Anyone can get sick. Like that's terrifying to me. Yeah, what about cheeseburgers, fries, and cola? They might actually be not so bad back then, depending. You never know. Could be the one that makes the internet. I mean, if you remember everything from way back, in theory, you could possibly invent it yourself and get rich. You have to know how it works, though, to invent it. Exactly. Sick means you aren't comfy. It'd be pretty miserable if you got sick back then. Like, we're not talking like, oh, you can't go, like, we're not just talking like, oh, no, whatever. We're talking like, you need surgery? Have you seen medieval surgery? Oh, they're not gonna have the right type of anesthetics. Nope. You wanna have surgery? I don't know, and maybe they had anesthetics right now, right then, I don't know, but imagine you go into a hospital to get a surgery, and they're like, okay, here's a knife. And you're like, are you gonna put me out? Nope, what's that mean? Here's a towel, bite on it, time for your surgery. And you just have like these really shitty old tools. Victorian era surgery. Also, isn't the Great Depression around then after all? Yeah. Wasn't that late 20s? Oh, fun. I think I do not really. Oh yeah, alcohol was also outlawed back then. So if you like drinking, too bad. There is a lot of anesthesia was around. It's invented in 1846. Okay, good. At least you can have anesthetic. People also believe babies can't feel pain. Oh my god. Wow. That is true though. Alcohol was only banned in the USA. I don't know if it's banned anywhere else or not, but if you're American at least that would suck. That's true. There also may have been other things coming up. So, there's a lot of reasons. I personally am going to say no fucking way. It would be tempting. It would be tempting if it was like the 60s or like the 90s or something, because then you can at least anticipate internet in the future. And in theory, you'll still be alive, but there's like a lot of reasons I think I would rather personally not do that. I'm surprised most of you would. Most of you would, although that is fair, because like I feel like globally housing is a really shit issue right now. It's really hard to make it work for anyone. So like just having a stable house, that's already so enticing. And a stable job. But it did say stable, it didn't say good. So we don't really know what that means. Also, she's in a minute, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a really good stream. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm the CEO of Playasia Obake Pan. Right now, we are just going through Would You Press the Button and pulling up a bunch of polls to see how we compare and if you guys would press the buttons. Alright, we're into the next one. Okay. I don't actually know who this is. Would you press the button? You get anything you want for free, but Gilbert Gottfried, I don't know who that is, narrates your thoughts and actions for the rest of your life out loud. Voice of Iago from Aladdin. Oh no! Out loud? Out loud? But what if you were having horny thoughts in public? What if you were having illegal thoughts before the part of your brain that has like rational thinking could kick in and stop it? It's your inner thoughts. You don't control your thoughts. You don't control your thoughts. On the bright side, though, there wouldn't be any misunderstandings, and you wouldn't be able to put off awkward discussions, because everyone would always know exactly what you were thinking, whether you wanted them to or not. And that is true in some cases. If you get in trouble for it, you can just manifest them a house and then everyone will like instantly forgive you. I feel like you'd have no real friends though, because you just weird everyone out constantly, but then you could give them a house. It's just, I don't know if any of you guys read Down to Earth, the webtoon. It's reminding me instantly. I thought of a moment recently in that. Spoiler for people who are reading it. In a chapter that came out a couple weeks ago. So one of the characters is an alien, right? And she was really nervous that people would judge her for like having horns on her head. And she can read people's minds temporarily. And one person, he's the first person to see her horns. And his thought was, oh my god, this is so scary. She's so creepy. But then rationally, he calmed down and he was ready to like accept it. But like in his brain, even if he's your friend, he's gonna be like, ew, that's fucking creepy. Because you know, seeing people grow horns out of their head is weird. You're not used to it. Your brain is not always rational. There's lots of times our brains think really horrible things. And it's not until we take a second to step back and realize like, hey, that's not cool. And we tell our own brain like, that's not cool. But you wouldn't really have that opportunity to tell your brain like, hey, that's not cool. So, everything. Yeah, intrusive thoughts. Everything would be said out loud. Oh my god, if you had an NDA. I see most of you guys would. Interesting. Over 2/3 would press this button. I don't think I would. Personally, I wouldn't want to ruin surprises for people. I wouldn't want awkward things to be said out loud. Like, even if I get anything for free, then I'd also feel like I never worked for anything. And to me, I often like to reward myself with things. So I don't like the risk personally in that way. I feel like I would just ruin my relationships with everyone around me, because eventually I'd do something to hurt them, where like my conscious brain wouldn't make those same terrible decisions necessarily. So yeah, I don't think I would. Acquire something for free that's powerful enough to obliterate the narrator. I don't know if that's possible though. That's true, get anything you want, so first you want Gilbert to shut up. You might not be able to though. The catch, I'm assuming the catch is that like you can't get rid of that one thing. Alright. Would you press the button? You're the most attractive person on Earth, but you're also the most completely androgynous. This isn't even a problem. I don't care. I'll just be really hot. I don't care what people assume. I'm just hot. I'm objectively hot. This just means every single person in the world is attracted to me. What is the problem here? There's no downside. I'm just objectively the hottest person ever. Man, there's no downside. I'm pressing that button right now. Literally everyone thinks I'm hot. Then no matter who I have a thing for, they think I'm hot. I win. There's no downside. Everyone's automatically attracted to me. This is great. You don't want that much attention. Oh god, I didn't think that one through. Darn. But at the same time, everyone will think I'm hot, and that's all I care about. Next You become immortal, but every year you have to kill one innocent person to keep it going. Ooh, that's a hard one. That's genuinely a hard one. So basically, you live forever at the expense of countless other lives every single year. So it really depends. It really depends on what you value. Do you value the life of yourself above all else? Or do you value everyone else's lives? I guess this comes down to how much empathy do you have? You would be an immortal murderer, and every year you'd feel more guilty. Also, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm CEO of Playasia, Obake, and right now we're doing the Would You Press the Button challenge. Because I felt like I missed out, and I've been wanting to do it for a while. I'm gonna say I probably wouldn't press the button, but you know what this reminds me of? Have any of you guys watched Shakugan no Shana? It kind of reminds me of this. It's like the existence eaters. They keep themselves alive by eating everyone else's existence. It kind of reminds me of that. But that's what I was gonna say is, it says innocent. Does that mean it has to be like a person who doesn't want to die? Or can you pick someone who's like literally dying, like on their deathbed, like in a coma, and they're actually not waking up ever again? Can I just kill people that are like actually dying no matter what, like in the next 5 minutes anyway? Like there's nothing lost. There's nothing lost. Yeah, the old man. No, I was talking about the old man in Shauna. You're the old man shit. It's so good though. I never finished it though. I only saw like 10 episodes. There was an old man in Shauna, and I think that's what he did. He only ate people who were like just about to die anyway, so he didn't really feel bad. It's like, in that case, I would do it, but I think that this doesn't count because I think the word innocent implies it's probably someone who doesn't want to die. Like someone who doesn't deserve to and doesn't want to die. Whereas, if I had the option to just kill anyone, I would have said yes. And that's true. It is also a trap regardless, since you outlive everyone you'll ever care about. But if you just don't kill an innocent person, you'll die as well. So at any time, you can die. But I won't press it just because I think I don't think it's worth it having to kill an innocent person just to be miserable for all of eternity. Probably not. Would you press the button? You turn into a cockroach. But you'll be a gold-plated cockroach that millions of people will worship. Also free food. Oh, fuck yeah! Free food for the rest of my life? The only thing is, what's the lifespan of a cockroach, though? Will I live like 2 days, or will I live like my human lifespan? Free food, and I'm gold-plated, and everyone worships me? Listen, if I'm, in theory, I might not be able to talk, but I'd still have my human brain, right? So if I'd still have my human brain, I could still, like, get a keyboard or get a phone, and I can still go on the internet and watch anime and shit. Can't play video games. I can play touchscreen games, as long as I get a small enough phone. Listen, if I was worshipped by everyone because I was a gold-plated cockroach, I think I could probably, like, get some people to invent me ways to play video games as a cockroach, like a really tiny controller. All I have to do is somehow command it, and they will do it, because they're at my bidding. I don't think there is any downside here. I would no longer be afraid of bugs, because I would be a bug, and there'd be like people worshiping me all the time. There's like no downside here. There's actually no downside. Yeah, I can still VTube. I can on-cam stream as the golden roach. I think that this sounds great. That's true, Matara is a cockroach. Matara is a cockroach. I would have a friend. She could teach me how to live as a roach and it would be besties. There's like no downside here. I think this is fine. I would press the button. I guess most of you wouldn't, but I would press the button. It's time for cockroach era. I think it sounds good. Let's see what the next one throws at me. Okay. This one's so basic. Your toilet is always clean, but you can never eat Nutella. I guess this really comes down to how much do you hate cleaning your toilet and or how much do you like Nutella. I kind of already don't really eat Nutella anyway. Let's do it. Just have off-brand. Just like blend some hazelnuts and chocolate yourself. Cleaning the toilet isn't that difficult. I mean, maybe, but I hate it. It's not the worst chore. If it was dishes, this would be a lot like I would do anything to never do dishes ever again. Nutella is like chocolate hazelnut spread. I don't know for sure if off-brand is allowed, but I mean at least DIY. You can just make it yourself. It's not hard. I've made like homemade Nutella before out of curiosity. It's pretty easy. Yeah, dishes would be an instant press. Absolutely. I mean, the dishes situation's even easier if you just can still be the cockroach. You can just go eat the shit off the dishes. And then you're good. I think I'm gonna press it. That's an easy press. I maybe eat Nutella, I think once every other few years. The only time I ever eat Nutella is if it's inside taiyaki. But I have it so rarely. It's basically if I don't really have any like night market type things at the warehouse. It's basically if I travel somewhere that has like night markets that have like taiyaki with Nutella, then I will eat it. But right now, it's like I don't have any reason to eat Nutella. So that one's pretty easy. Never having to clean the toilet. I know it's easy, but I just don't wanna. You're gonna go lick your toilet bowl. I mean, you can go clean it that way if you want. But if you see brown, it's probably not Nutella. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. What's the next one? Yeah, exactly. The toilet will never have any germs on it. Is why I would like to press it. That's why I would do it. Let me see. Would you press the button? Wait. I've never watched any Batman with Ben Affleck, so I can't say. Would you press the button? If Ben Affleck isn't a bad Batman, but the franchise tanks anyway. I don't know anything about him as Batman. I've actually never seen a live-action Batman or any of the spin-offs. I haven't seen Joker, haven't seen Suicide Squad, haven't seen any of them. I think I've watched the odd Batman like cartoon thing as a kid because my dad really likes Batman. I know I've seen a couple episodes of the Harley Quinn show when I was with my parents and I was sick and I couldn't move and it was on the couch and they were watching it. But I can't even comment here. It seems pretty 50-50, so I'm just gonna end it and skip the question. I don't care if the series tanks. I'll press it because I just don't care. The movies were shit. I just don't know anything about them. All I know is that the voice of one of the Batmans voices Howl in Howl's Moving Castle, and I find that hilarious. I'm tempted to watch that one just because I liked Howl's voice a little more than I probably should. Anyone who watched Howl's Moving Castle can't deny Howl's Riz, which is hilarious because in the books he's a fucking bastard. I highly recommend reading the books of Howl's Moving Castle and its sequels. Yes, there's sequels. Yes, it's about their children. If you have never read them, because Howl is literally a piece of shit in the books. Like, even Sophie, for half the books, like, wow, you're a loser. I think a lot of people still love him, but he's, like, actually the worst. And she does not put up with his bullshit. That's a lot less Sophie, I love you and I'm perfect and I'll do anything. And he's more like a whiny baby. He's such a brat. And yeah, there's 2 sequels. They're really good. Wait, Tim Burton made Batman movies? Interesting. I would be willing to watch those just for Tim Burton. The book was surprising. Yeah, I liked it though. It was good, but I really liked the movie too. All right. I feel like this is difficult for a lot of people because for a lot of people this is already legal. Okay, so assume it's not legal where you are. If it is legal, assume it's not. Would you press the button if weed is legal, but tobacco and alcohol is illegal? So you gotta pick your poison. You gotta pick your poison. Because apparently you can't have... I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Magnet. I just read Howl's Mojo Jojo Casa House and I lost my shit. Just the wording is so cursed. Isn't tobacco also weed? I mean, it's a different type, really. That's true, no drunk drivers. Although high drivers are still a problem. Because your brain is like slower to react and stuff when you're on weed, so I wouldn't really want people with that driving. I feel like for a lot of people, I feel like just tobacco, a lot of people would probably say like, yeah, fuck that thing. But because alcohol's on the bottom, I feel like it's a little more difficult. Personally, I tend to sometimes be afraid of people when they drink, just because I've seen and know a lot of bad things that happen around alcohol. I've never really heard bad things about people that are on weed. They're usually just really chill and really relaxed, whereas people who drink can get really angry and really scary and really sad. But most people who are on weed are just like, yeah, life's good, you're good, everything's beautiful. So I personally think it's like not even a question. I agree. Alcohol is a harder drug than weed. Personally, it's always kind of confused me that in so many places alcohol is legal and weed is not. Because, I mean, weed is not nearly as bad in my opinion. Like, if one is legal and the other isn't, it just seems bizarre. Where it's so much, like, worse. Does alcohol include the alcohol we use to clean germs? No. It would just be like the consuming kind, based on the question, is what I'm assuming. I am going to say this is a very, very easy question for me. I would press the button. I would press the button. The thing is, a lot of places, all 3 of these are legal anyway, but if I could only pick one of these things to be legal, like without question, I feel like it would be weed. It's fine. Most people wouldn't give up alcohol, though, it seems. That is true. Anything in excess is bad. I mean, I'm sure if people had enough weed, they'd probably also get pretty fucked up. But at least with stereotypes, people who take one versus the other, I feel like it's pretty telling. People think you're a nutcase for not drinking alcohol. I don't either, cats. I don't drink it, like, ever. Every once in a while, like, out of curiosity, if someone, I have, like, one, not a full sip, just, like, a tiny little baby sip just to taste it if I'm morbidly curious, but not enough to ever get tipsy. I have no interest in that. Yeah. I don't need to anyway, though, because, as I said, coffee makes me a bit tipsy anyway for some reason, where I don't process it right. But it's not the same because I don't get hungover and I don't really get angry. It just makes me really happy and a little more wee. So it's like all the benefits of alcohol without any of the downsides. So it's a little different. But yeah, we're talking about sin. we had to do a vote if you'd pick weed being legal or tobacco and alcohol. You can't have all three. This is an interesting question, which is very illegal in many places. Wow, what if the bot dies, now you know why. I'm sure it's fine. Let's see what the next one is. Okay. Would you press the button? Become a godlike being with superpowers. But you have another godlike being trying to kill you. Assume that they would be just as powerful. Assume they'd be just as powerful. And if they find you, you can die. Just win. I'm not so sure if I'd be... It is literally an anime plot. I'm not so sure I'd be confident enough that I can win. Because that's true, though. God is already trying to kill you. I feel like God's trying to kill me, too. The amount of bad luck and injuries they... Who else falls off a fucking train? Like, really? Maybe I'm already really good at not being killed by God, so maybe that's true. You could just seduce the other god. You could seduce the other god. Be like, hey, instead of making murder, just make babies. But then what if the kid tries to kill you, and that was the true one that wanted to kill you all along? It's God murderception. So you never know. You never know. That's tricky. That's tricky. I think I'm going to say no. I see most of you guys want to say yes, though. Interesting. I think I'm already such an anxious person that I don't think I could handle living with that kind of pressure. I'd rather be a bystander in this situation. I see that most people would press it, though. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, no! Would you press the button? You can hear other people's thoughts, but you can only hear what they're thinking about you. I am the type of person, the type of social anxiety I have is the kind where basically, like, even my closest friends, I have like this underlying gut feeling that everyone actually secretly hates me and can't stand me. And it's like I can't get rid of that feeling. And this would just confirm that some of those cases are right. I don't think I could live like that. Also, Lita Rihanna, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a lovely stream. Thank you. I'm the CEO of Playasia, and right now we're doing Would You Press the Button? There is a plus side, though. For people with that type of fear, it would confirm when people don't actually hate you. Like, unless you hear them thinking that they hate you, they wouldn't hate you. So you would never have to really have that fear. But at the same time, I feel like hearing all the actual negative stuff would outweigh it for me, maybe. I would just be so scared that I'll, like, turn other people into hating me that I probably wouldn't be able to handle hearing those things. The other thing is, you would hear every every thought. Like, imagine. You just, like, go to work or whatever, and one of your coworkers, you walk past them, and all you hear is, damn, I would tap that ass, and you're like... And then, but they never said it out loud, right? So they don't know that you know it, that they thought that. And then you have to just exist all day, pretending that you know nothing, but you know what you heard. Do you really want to hear everybody? Okay, you'd hear nice things, sure, but you also might hear a lot of horny things. That's true, though. It would take the guesswork out of dating. You'd immediately know if someone was into you or not. You'd never have to wonder or question yourself ever again. That could make a lot of things easier, honestly. But I still think I wouldn't. Because I don't think I could handle the negative stuff. I think it would get to me too much. I don't think I'd be able to handle it. I'd just end up like having the worst self-esteem ever and focus on only the bad stuff. So I probably should not. Yeah, keep your thoughts out of my head. Even most of you guys would say yes, though. Interesting. I like these kind of questions because they should have like different people's different perspectives. It's really interesting seeing it all come together. I would not, but it looks like most people would. Interesting. Let me see. Okay. Would you press the button? You can perfectly play every single musical instrument that exists. But the trade-off is you suck at everything else. So basically anything else you want to do, you fucking suck. But you can play every instrument really well. I feel like this is where I might differ from what a lot of people would choose. Because I love music. I love music so much. And I already kind of suck at most things. So I can become super famous for my musical skills. I don't have to be good at cooking. I can just get a personal chef. I can get really powerful from my music skills. I think you might suck at reading. You'd still be able to. Doesn't say you can't do it, just says you suck. You can play everything. You can play everything. I'm assuming it means I can't sing anymore, though, but I mean, I can get the musics out with all the instruments. As someone who absolutely loves learning different instruments and always wants to learn new ones, but then I can't remember how to play the old ones, I would say yes. With the life skills, I don't need them. I'll just get really famous and I'll pay people to do the life skills things for me. And we're the gamer. I suck at games anyway. That's nothing new. I'll just keep sucking. I just keep sucking. It's fine. You can enjoy things and then suck at them. Yeah. So I don't think I care. You suck at eating? Get a blender. Smoothies. Or even better, get an IV. Inject nutrients into my body while I play instruments. You suck at handling money? That's why I hire someone to do it for me. I just get an accountant. Suck at blending? That's why I have a chef. I don't need to be good at it. Shredding on an electric guitar just to go backstage and read The Cat in the Hat because it's the only readable piece of literature. Listen, The Cat in the Hat slaps, okay? What if you suck at hiring people? Before I press the button, I'll hire someone to hire people for me. They didn't say I couldn't take a minute to do something first. And before I press the button, I hire a life manager. To manage every aspect of my life, assuming I would be bad at management too. And yeah, I think it means suck at other like skills and talents. I just think cooking would qualify, but not like life functions, like not breathing. Just like any other skills, maybe. Like, you'd probably still be able to read fiction. You just might not be able to read, like, complicated jargon. That's what I was wondering too, though, Umber, if it means you'd suck at singing. My guess is yes, unless you count the voice as an instrument, which it technically is, but I don't really count it in that way. I would give up singing if I could play every other instrument really well. Because I get the same, like, serotonin when I sing or play an instrument. To me, that would be worth it. I could just use a violin or something instead. Most of you guys said no. This mayonnaise instrument, ask a girl DM. I would press it. I would press it. I know I'm in the odd, though, because I'm a musician, right? So I knew that probably most people wouldn't agree with me on that one. Be the master at Vocaloid? True. True. You sound like Miku guitar, where you hit a syllable and a note, and you could, like, be Miku using a guitar. Like the keytar, sorry. That would be so fun. I would press that one, because I like music so much that it would be worth it to me. Okay. Would you press the button? You can turn into anything you want. But when you turn back, no one knows you anymore. That's a weird one. It's like, you could turn into, like, I don't know, a rabbit. But then when you turn back into yourself, every single person you know doesn't know you anymore. But here's the reality. Why don't you just not turn back? Just don't turn back. Turn into something and never turn back. Like, if you don't turn back, no one will forget you. Yeah, it says only when you turn back. So all you gotta do is, like, turn into a cat or something, and then, like, go type on a computer and get people to know who you are, and then never turn back. It's fine. It also says anything. Like, you could turn into a genius. You could be Megamind. Turn into anything. You could turn into Tifa. You could turn into Sephiroth. You could turn into anything. Anything. You could become a Nikke. You could become the commander in Nikke. Listen. It says you can be anything. Hello, there's Sniper Person. See, if you can become anything, all you gotta do is never turn back. Just become the thing that you want to be. And then there is no problem. I would press this button. I would press this button. Don't turn back? No problem. It says that most people wouldn't press it, which is interesting. I guess most people didn't think about the part where as long as you don't turn back, then you're fine. Exactly, why would you even want to turn back? If you're turning into anything you want, just be really smart about what you decide. Never turn back. It's fine. Easy. Easy. Oh no. Oh no. Would you become the world's first trillionaire, but you have all forms of cancer? I feel like this is a pretty easy one currently. Like, I don't think that's worth putting anyone through ever. Like, that is a type of horror that, yeah, life over money. Life over money any day, easy. But if we were in a different reality where there was, like, a tangible cure, and, like, I knew for sure that with that money I could cure all of those, even if it was hard for a while, that might change it. But yeah, it's no fucking joke. It's no fucking joke. I said this before on stream for a while. Luckily it wasn't. But I went through 6 months a number of years ago because some initial tests showed that they thought I did have cancer. And luckily, more of them revealed that it ended up not being, and I was okay. But I've been through the mentality of thinking I had it before, and just even that much of it is something I really wouldn't wish on anyone. So this is gonna be a hard pass for me. That's a no. No way. Ooh, this one's complicated. Would you press the button? You can save all your friends from certain death, but you must fake your death and not tell anyone about it. So basically, you know all your friends are going to die. You can save all of their lives, but you have to fake your own death and hide and live in the shadows and pretend to be dead. And you can't tell anyone that you faked your death, so you kind of have to just make a new identity and live with it somewhere else. Does it mean they'll live forever? Not forever. Like, I think it's assuming there's some sort of imminent threat that would hurt them. Does friends include family? I think it does. If you're on good terms with your family, they can easily be friends as well. That's a really hard one. At the end of the day, even if I'd have to be by myself, at the end of the day, I'm not sure if I'd be able to live with myself if I knew that they died because I didn't press the button. So, I would be sacrificing any more time I had with them, and I'd have to restart myself, but with my own life and stuff, but I don't think I could live with myself if I didn't press the button. Most of you guys said yes as well. I think I would press it to save the friends. Yeah, you're by yourself either way. They all die if you don't press it. So it's like, you might as well. You might as well. I don't know what color to paint your nails. You can't really go wrong with black. I always love to paint mine black. I do have a lot of other colors too, but I always end up using black anyway. Let's see. 34% of people be like, I can make new friends. You wouldn't press the button for your homies. Are they really homies? I don't know, man. I don't know. Ooh, this is kind of an interesting one. Would you press the button? You have the ability to shapeshift into any form, be it someone of the opposite gender, a different species, etc. Anything. But you must stay in this form for an entire year. Would you do it? I think it'd be kind of interesting. I mean, as long as everyone who already knew you knows who you are, it's like, you could just live a different life temporarily. Just to see what it's like or whatever. If you work from home and live alone, far less problems. I mean, even just if you don't, this one would be interesting. It is similar to the last shape-shifting one, yeah. That's true, you could be actually an anime girl. It says a different species. I think anime counts as a different species. You could become a cat for a year. You could become a dog for a year. I could become like a little Pomeranian for a year. Oh, heck! It says really anything. So I could become like... Oh my god, chat, you could become a Vtuber for a year. If you become an animal for a year, you don't have to work, technically, because you're just an animal. You can become a super buff version of yourself just to test the waters. That's true, and if you like it, you just work out, and then you get it back for free. I feel like that one is pretty simple. I think I'd probably press the button. I mean, there's not really any downside, really. It's only a year, but I mean, why not? Just for the experiment, if nothing else. Why not? Oh, this one's kind of fascinating. Would you press the button? In other words, are you Light from Death Note? You can kill anyone on the planet by thinking about it. But every time you do so, your lifespan is halved. It just means you have the ability. I do have one caveat here. Do they automatically die if you think about, like, oh, I could just kill this person. Like, if you're mad, but you don't actually mean it. Do they just die? Do they just die? Or, like, do they not die? Can I have the ability but never use it? Like, if I can have the ability but never use it unless it's an emergency, that's, like, one thing. Probably needs more serious intent. That's what I'm thinking. So, assuming that it means they wouldn't just automatically die, like I have to seriously mean it, I honestly would press the button. My reason being, if I was ever in a mortal emergency, like if somebody was trying to murder me, I would be about to die anyway, right? If I'm about to die anyway, but I have the ability to think, die! And then they die instead, that can save my life! So, I think it would be good to have if the ability is, like, for free. It's like, I might as well have it just in case I ever need it, but, like, hopefully I never need it. If that makes any sense. Just in case it ever comes down to it, it wouldn't be bad to have. But I wouldn't I'd like to think I would never use it otherwise. If you live 80 years and then it's halved, I think it probably would mean like half of what's left, is my guess. Like your remaining lifespan is halved. Because usually that's what it means in things like this. Because say you're 40 and your lifespan is like 80. I guess maybe let's go up. Say you're 60 and your lifespan is 80. You can't half it and then die at 40. That doesn't make sense. So my guess is it's half of your remaining lifespan. I think so anyway. Exactly! You don't lose anything if you have it and don't use it. But you could gain living another day if you really need it. So it's kind of like not really the worst thing in my opinion. Let me see. Oh, this is long. It's a little hard to read this one, but I'll say it out loud, don't worry. Would you press the button? Would you be able to live in the world of your favorite novel, movie, show, or game and live through the adventures with all the characters, but the person you hate the most in the world is there with you and it is best friends with your favorite character? Oh, no. Oh, no. This is tough. I can't even think which world I'd want to live in. You don't get to be best friends with your favorite character. The person you hate the most in the world is best friends with your favorite character. Assuming they'd probably also hate you. And just close your eyes and not this fucking guy every day. Understandable. What if it's a hate-love relationship? Then you're not really losing. Hate yourself? Oh no, you have to go with yourself. That's true, self-loathing would make this an easy press. I don't think I would press it, honestly. Not even for the reason you guys think. Also, I think most of you would. Interesting. I'm curious, what world would you guys want to go to if you did press it? Because that's my reason for not pressing it, Pemployees. I don't think I could decide what my favorite is or which one I'd go to. If I had to pick, like say I just went off my favorite anime, the world would be Shinsei Kayori and I would rather not live there. I would really rather not live there. Spice and Wolf would be a chill one. Like, even if I go to like my second favorite and stuff, that's like Shiki. I don't want to live there either. And then it's like, what's my favorite game? Ace Attorney. I'm not so sure I want to live there with that legal system. I'd want to live, or like Danganronpa, I definitely don't want to live there. They all sound really bad. So, if, I don't know, man. They all sound like maybe not so good places to live. Higarashi's world is tempting. What do you mean tempting? Concern. Concern. Pokemon would be a nice one to go to, though. But it's hard. Live in the school mode of Danganronpa. The school mode would be fun. The regular mode... I don't think I'd press it just because I'd have a hard time deciding where to live. That'd be too hard for me. Most people said yes, though. Interesting. Easy. Imagine becoming friends with Monokuma. That's the worst part. I probably would. I feel like you guys could probably see it. I'd be like, how do I do this? What are your skins? Interesting. I'd want to learn everything from the best. Monster Hunter would be yours while you get eaten by a dinosaur. Just get eaten by one of the dino-looking monsters. Go in ready to hunt, you die. Let's see. Okay, this one's fascinating. Would you press the button? You can travel through time and space, but every time you do so, you find yourself in a live or die situation. So like, well, you could time travel if you really wanted to, but imagine as soon as you get to the other side, you're like the defendant in a murder trial, or there's a murderer in your house and you have to get outside. Like isn't that basically life on hard mode? It would be very high risk, high reward. It's a fascinating one to think about. Because I feel like if you asked at a different time, people would have different answers. Like if somebody had a really strong regret, they might be more likely to say yes, because that risk would be worth it to them. But if you're just curious, like, you know, you might not want to go back and see the dinosaurs at the risk of, like, arriving in one's mouth or something. You might not necessarily want to take the same risks if you don't have a strong reason. I'm going to travel to a time when things aren't that bad. Okay, but what if you land in the middle of the road? It's like, it's still dangerous. I feel like I would say no. Just, yeah, like, like, you want to go back to, like, I don't know. You want to go back to the 50s or something. You go back to the 50s, but you land in the middle of the ocean with no raft. I think that's true, though. Odds are, if you can't beat the odds in your scenario, warp until you land in one you can win. That's true. But then when you go back to your own time, you'll end up in a dangerous situation too, because it's every time. I probably say no. Because I think the risk is a little too high for me. Interesting, you guys were like almost exactly 50-50. For me personally, I think the risk is a little bit too high. But it's fascinating. Yeah, it's almost 50-50 here too. That's interesting. Oh no. Okay, chat. Would you press the button? You can know whether aliens exist anywhere in the universe, so you'll instantly know for sure if aliens are real. But they also know of you. So the second you know the aliens are real, they know who and where you are. It doesn't necessarily say they're friendly aliens. They could be really hot aliens, though. That's true, though. If they do exist, for all we know, they already know. I'm going to argue one thing. The reality is, yeah, they might already know that and just even the playing field a bit. Maybe. I'm gonna be honest, aliens almost definitely exist, maybe in our solar system even, but not necessarily in the way that we think. we like to assume that aliens would be like humanoid creatures, or at least things like we're used to, right? Like they'll have a head, they'll have feet, they'll have a brain or whatever, but that's the rule for like biological animals. Not every biological thing is an alien. Or sorry, not every biological thing is an animal, right? So you could find an alien that's like a bacteria. You could find an alien that is like a plant. You can find an alien that's like any sort of thing like that. It just means like a biological living creature from somewhere else. There's almost definitely microorganisms, like maybe even closer than we think, to be honest. But we don't know. Imagine they were sentient viruses. I mean, viruses aren't actually alive, though. Bacteria is alive. Viruses are kind of like, they're almost like parasites in a way. They're not actually alive themselves. They rely on, like, other things. Like, they inject themselves into the cells, if that makes sense. That's hard to explain. It's been so many years, I don't think I can explain it myself. But viruses themselves aren't, like, living cells, kind of. What if they're cuddly aliens? Well, that's the thing. They really could be. They could be incredibly friendly. Yeah, they're kind of like an edge case in the definition of life. Some people see them as living, some don't. They're not cells, really. They're kind of like something different. The alien bacteria learns of your existence. I don't think the alien bacteria would care. I don't think the alien bacteria can move. It's the bacteria. I feel like there's probably an infinite amount of life out there. I don't really care, because it wouldn't tell us anything about them. We just know if they exist, right? I already assume they exist. I wouldn't press the button simply because I feel like it's a no-brainer. I feel like they definitely exist somewhere. Like, it's kind of stupid to assume that only one planet in the entire universe has the right conditions for life. I assume they exist. If it means I could meet them and know more about them, maybe. But if it's just that I know if they exist, I'm already assuming they do. So I don't need to press the button and have them find out I exist. To me, it's like I don't need to. Although most people would, which is interesting. I just assume they're real, so I don't really need to press the button. What if they got Riz? There's no downside. Riz hot aliens? That's a win. That's a win for everyone. You're into it, the aliens are into it. Amazing. Combine the brains of both species, get mega geniuses. Suddenly there's two species of aliens debating where you live or to save you from death. Interesting. Yeah, hot aliens in your area, but now you'll know where. So I didn't press it only because I feel like I don't need to. Because I just assume they're already there. It feels like a no-brainer to me. Ooh. Would you press the button? You can do whatever you want without consequence, but you'll die in 5 years. I feel like this is one where people at different points in life might make different decisions. Because if you have like a terminal illness, or if you're already quite old and you feel like you don't have a lot of time left anyway, it might be a little easier to press this button, because then you'll know exactly how long you have, and you know that you can literally do anything you want. No consequences. Like, you can spend all your money, you can go anywhere, you can do anything. The most like irrational decisions, but it won't have any consequences at all. Just 5 years of doing whatever you want. Pure good time. I kind of agree with what Sarah Hoshino said. I feel like right now, I'm too young to press this button. But if I was at a different point in life, I might consider pressing the button. I don't think I would right now, though. But in other situations, I might. I think I wouldn't, though, as is. But yeah, it's like if you find out you don't have much longer anyway, it's like easy press, easy press. But I don't think right now I could justify pressing it. Let's see. I feel like this one's too similar. We already had one where you can like make anyone die, so I'm just gonna skip this one. Cause I feel like we've already done ones that's really similar. Anytime. This was just stupid. I'm not gonna even. If I just plus, I will not. I'm just skipping the question. We've already done that one. Ooh, this one's fascinating. This one's fascinating. I want to know what you guys would think about this one. You can delete. Would you press the button? You can delete any website from the internet, and it will never be restored. But all of its users know you in real life and will hate you forever. Is it worth the risk? I see that most of you are putting yes. That's true. Some websites are really fucked up. But even the most fucked up website, if those people knew me in real life, that would be fucking scary. So the reality is, a lot of you guys are saying yes. What would you delete? I see a lot of people saying Twitter. I feel like that's kind of fair. A replacement would pop up though, that's the thing. What if you deleted YouTube? Time to become a Twitch-only streamer. All those people are actually too shy to show up. That's true in most cases, probably. You don't know anyone in real life, you'd be making friends! They'd hate you, but at the start, at least they know you. Delete Google. I've heard a lot of people say Google's actually apparently really bad now. Like, people, as a joke, tried using Bing and got, like, better results or something. I feel like they're saying Google's mostly just ads now, and I'm just kind of curious about it. Well, it's interesting. Toxic fan base every day, apparently. There are quite a few bad sites out there, though. So it's I don't know. Part of me is like, if there was a website that I felt was putting a lot of people in danger, I would want to wipe it. But I'd also be afraid of the people that were putting them in danger. And I'd also feel like, just in general, like outside of that, if it's just something I don't like, I don't really like censoring things in general. So I feel like, unless it was like super, super illegal and awful, I feel like I would not want to shut anything down. I have heard a lot of people say DuckDuckGo is actually pretty good. And yeah, I actually have heard that Bing is apparently a lot better, surprisingly. It's just that Google has been so well known over time that it can kind of get away with whatever it wants because everyone just uses it by default. I think I wouldn't press it for the sole reason that if you I wouldn't use it unless I was taking down something really fucking bad. And if I took down something really fucking bad, not only would another one pop up, but if I took it down, I would probably actually have like a target and people would be trying to kill me. Because I would only take down something so bad that it was like threatening people's lives. So I think that'd be too dangerous for me. If they know me IRL and they want to go after me. So I think I would say no for my own safety. Yeah. Let's see. Oh man, this one's so easy. Would you press the button? Every time you make a pun, you become 10% more attractive. But every pun must be made via a meme. This is another one of those questions where I'm just like, where's the downside? Where's the downside? This is my daily humor. Exactly! This is just already what like 90% of us are doing. Like, what's the difference? Except I become hotter. So basically every time I make a bad pun and turn it into a meme, I become 10% more attractive. There's no problem here. There is actually no problem. No problem at all with this situation. Yeah, you don't even need to be original. You just make a Twitter account where you put like daily memes. And every day you make one that has a pun and you're just 10% hotter every day and you have an account that's super famous. There's like no downside here. No downside, just infinite hotness. Anyone who wouldn't press this is an idiot. Everyone would press that button. Everyone would press that button. Okay, Once you press the button, you get to solve world hunger forever, but all food tastes like cardboard. All I'm seeing here is that you invented Splendimin. You invented Splendimin. No hungry ever again. Because everyone just eats like nutrient bricks. But no one runs out. So no one's ever hungry. Everyone is just sad. I mean, no one dies from hunger though. It's interesting how that one's like 50-50. Because it really comes down to like, do you want no one else to ever starve again? Or do you care that much about food? That's true, drinks still exist. I wonder if drinks count as food. Can I still taste drinks? You'll die of hunger because you won't eat it. Drinks probably do count as food, thinking about it. For this purpose, yeah. That's true. We'll find satisfaction somewhere else like art. I think I will, in this case, press the button. As I know I said before, I'm not really shy away from it. When I was like very baby CEO, I literally like did not have a lot of food. I had what was donated. So I know what it's like when you don't have, and it's not a fun place to be. So I think I would press the button. Just because I don't want people to go hungry. So I would press the button, even if it means I would lose all the tasties. Which is sad because I love food so much. And at least you still have textures. I didn't say I'd feel like cardboard. For me, some food is more enjoyable because of the texture anyway, so. I'll just like crush the food really small and eat it as fast as I can. I love salmon. I made a salmon steak actually for the first time yesterday. I eat salmon all the time, but I never had salmon steak before. My first time making it, but I did a pretty good job of cooking it. It was really good. I made it like a maple and rosemary and some soy sauce. It was really good. Oh, this one is, I guess, a little more like, would you sacrifice yourself? Would you press the button? You can create world peace and prosperity forever, but you and those closest to you will die immediately. I have played Sky Children, I think, one time. Is that the game where you just play as like this little thing flying around? Or am I thinking of something else? This is a really hard one. I want to say I would do it. I really want to say I would do it. But I don't know if I would have the guts to do it. I might be too scared. I might be too scared. If it was just me, too, that would be one thing. But it's like you and those closest to you. If I'm deciding for them, like they don't even have a say in this, that feels like so wrong. Even if it's like sacrificing them for the greater good, I don't feel like I have the right to make that decision for them. That's true. I think your idea is right, Jen. I think that's what I might do. It's like I would not press the button now. But I'd probably ask if I could hold on to the button. And then when I'm about to die anyway, I just stop getting close to anyone. I was like, okay, I'm a loner for the rest of my life. And when I was like really old and I'm gonna die anyway, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna press it now. There'd be no one left close to me, and I wouldn't be hurting anyone. And I'd just give up my my last day because I'm about to die anyway. I'll just do that, and then everyone else will be happy and peaceful forever. Yeah. So I think I wouldn't, but I would ask to hold on to it and maybe press it later. If it was just me, I think I would press the button. But the sacrificing the people around me is where I feel like I draw the line a little bit. It brings it from a doable to... Oh no. Some of them are getting similar, so I probably won't go too much longer. Would you press the button? You gain any superpowers of your choosing, and you have only one weakness. But the person you hate most in the world also gains superpowers based around that one weakness. So the person you hate the most in the world can destroy your weakness. But you also have superpowers. It's not gonna kill you though. They just might annoy you with it. They just might annoy you. Do people really have these super hate relationships? I don't think I have any super hate relationships, but there are definitely people that I really dislike in the world. Mainly just people who have like really hurt me, or people I know. I do not like seeing people around me in pain. So people who have hurt those close to me, people have hurt me. It sucks, but eventually I kind of get over it to an extent. But if you hurt people around me, you're gonna die. That wouldn't be equally matched, no. You have only one weakness, and then their strength is your weakness. So they're just ultimately better than you. But you can technically outsmart them. I feel like I would probably press it too. Most of you guys would press the button. I don't really see that as enough of a downside. All I have to do is like admit like, yeah, you're better than me or whatever, and it's like they're not gonna go and fight me. I'd press the button. Most people would press the button. That's not the biggest deal. I'm not even gonna do a poll for this one, man. $10,000 richer, but your pets die? No fucking way. No fucking way. That question's too fucked up. Yeah, no. No. Hell no. Hell no. I'll pay $10,000 if it means keeping my dog. Like, no fucking way. No fucking way. Almost half the people said yes? What the fuck? I am so disappointed in humanity right now. What the actual hell? What is wrong with this 43% of people? That's true, they might have no pets. So they don't understand. They don't understand. I feel like anyone who actually has loved their pets would never fucking do that. This is a weird one. When you press the button, you can modify your body as much as you wish, apart from the length of your nails. But you can never cut any of your nails. So you just have you ever seen someone with like uncomfortably long nails? Like their nails are just like a meter long and they start curling and doing loopies and stuff? Will they break naturally though? See, that's what I'm wondering. will they just grow forever and get those like really long, creepy nails? Or is it that like they just only break when I break them by accident and stuff? I'm gonna be real, I don't really cut my nails much now. Like, can you hear my nails? Oh, tappy tappies. Oh, tappy tappies. I have, how long are they? Almost a centimeter, actually. My nails are really long. I have, it does say you just can't cut. I'm assuming filing, it says you can't modify the length of your nails. So my guess is no. My guess is no filing. It says you can't modify them. So I'm guessing that would probably mean that your nails only change when you accidentally break them. Like, it can't be on purpose. You can't get someone else to do them. You can't cut them. You can't file them. It's only when you break them on something, which really hurts. I'm gonna be honest, I barely cut my nails anyway, and I often end up breaking them naturally just enough that it wouldn't matter to me, because they just break because I'm so clumsy anyway, so I would press the button. I don't see that as a downside. I just have to, you know, be as clumsy as I am, and they'll break just enough that it doesn't matter. You can't have someone else do it though, because the first part said you can modify any part of your body except the length of your nails. That means in any way you cannot modify the length of your nails. And I'm assuming having someone else do it would count as like something you can't do. But there's a difference between modifying and injuring, I think. So I think injuring them would be fine. It's the restriction on the power. Maybe, but I feel like for the sake of the question, it would probably still apply. I'm probably gonna end pretty soon. It's getting into a lot of repeats, honestly. Ugh. I don't want to actually pull this one up as a poll, because I don't want to get into people actually sharing actual political opinions, because we got no politics rule in chat. But this is a painful one. You get to live in your dream house for free room and board and never have to pay the bills, but your housemates' political opinions are the opposite of yours and they're loud about it. I don't know if I'd last a day, honestly, just having to hear other people's opinions if I didn't agree with it. I would probably die. I would just lose my mind. That's true though. So many people have to deal with that anyways. At least free room and board and dream house. I feel like I want to get one more really good one. I'm just gonna press this and skip a bunch, and then I'm probably gonna end. Marry the person of your dreams that you lose all your friends. That's a hard one. I don't know. I think I honestly would rather have my friends in this case, because you can't have only one person as your support in your whole life. That's not fair to that one person. So I think I would make like the person I marry miserable, so I don't think I would do that. You're able to read anyone's mind, but you begin to think and act like whoever's mind you're reading. That one's too scary. You wouldn't even have your own mind anymore by the end of it. Unhealthy dependencies or no? Yeah. I used to be kind of, well, sometimes still, like, I feel like everyone's kind of worse for that than they realize sometimes. Like leaning on friends a little too hard or family a little too hard. I'm trying to make an effort to not do that now, though, because, you know, even if people say, like, they're always there for you and stuff, you can only vent so much. And I'm trying. It's one thing I try now to be a little more aware of, because I don't want to drive anyone away by doing that, you know? an interesting one to end on, just out of curiosity. Would you press the button, you become internet famous, but you can never make any money from it? Would you guys care about the money? Or would you want your chance to be internet famous? I'm curious. What do you value more? Attention and fame, or money? Your life right now plus fame. Rabbit Sensei, that's one thing I was talking about on a recent stream that I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Most VTubers never make any money off it, ever. Like, whenever I see somebody who's like, oh yeah, VTubers just getting into streaming for all that money, I'm like, what money? Most of them don't make shit. And even like the tips and stuff, it's like you're gonna be lucky if that can cover the cost of everything you need to stream. It's not what the easy money that so many people on the outside looking in seem to think it is. And I think it depends on what they mean by internet famous. Yeah, most people do it for passion. Money is very much secondary because you have to enjoy it enough to do it as a hobby. And then if you make money, cool. But if you're going into it for the money, you're going to be unhappy. You do make a lot of money at the tippy top, like in most careers, but the difference between most careers is most people don't even make enough money for it to be a career. A lot of people, it has to be a hobby. They're spending more than they make. Most jobs, even entry level, you don't spend more than you make. So that's a tricky one. But I think this would depend. Do I get to choose how, what, and why I become internet famous for? And in what way? Because if I just became a viral meme, like I made a face and that became a new meme online or something, and everyone just was using my face and everything, I don't think I'd want that type of internet fame. But if I became famous online for my music, for example, and I never made any money from it, but I had a lot of people wanting to collaborate for fun and just, hang out and make different music, and people just liked my music, I think that would be really nice. And I would slam that button if everyone would just follow and enjoy my music. That would mean a lot to me. But I don't think I'd press it just to become like a viral meme or just to be like, I don't know. If I couldn't choose what way my music was famous too, like I wouldn't want to become famous for something like the Friday song or like, what is that song even called? That Fortnite song. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. If I became famous for something like that, if it was like a monkey paw situation, like famous for a song being so bad, I don't think I would press it. But if I became famous for my music because people liked my music, I think then I would press it. She did rock with the meme. Like, didn't Rebecca Black a couple years ago release like a remix of it and it was actually good? I can't remember what it was. I thought I remember she did like some sort of like updated version and it was like not that bad. It was like not nearly as bad or something. She made a commercial. Was that it? I feel like there was something. Yeah. You'd press it even if you don't make money? Yeah, you understand, right? I think if I get to choose why I'm famous, if it's for the stuff that I'm passionate about, easy press. But if I don't get to choose how I'm famous, I feel like the cons greatly outweigh the pros. So I probably won't press it. Anyway! I want to see what most people said. Interesting. It was almost 50-50. I said no, but the reality is I would probably ask those questions. And if it was for anything I want, I would press it. That's true. Even if it were something memed on, it would make people smile. That's true. But that's interesting. That's interesting to think about. Just a lot of these type of questions, like would you or wouldn't you? I feel like this would be like really fun for a collab, or you know, if I ever did another stream like this, I don't think I'd want to use the questions here. I'd probably want to make my own questions and ask you guys stuff that would be more relevant directly to you, if that makes sense. I feel like it would be really fun that way, because then I can, instead of them being like super generic, it can be like related to stuff that we've done on stream or that you would enjoy. I don't think I will do it anytime soon though, just because I am still recovering. I'm exhausted from the last few weeks. And even today I had some important CEO business to take care of and I'm still quite tired. Yeah. I hope that you guys had a good bonus short stream though. It's quite late, so I think I'm gonna wrap up. But I still wanted to do a stream today, even when my plans had to change. I wanted to still do something. Before I go, I want to practice a little bit more whistle, just one song real quick to get my confidence up for when I have to play it on Saturday. I'm gonna do a whole whistle stream on Saturday, and I need all the confidence I can get because I'm nervous as fuck. And then I will look at wrapping up. Let me see. Let's try this one. It's very simple, I think. I think it has a key change in it. That might be harder though. So it's probably good to get a little bit of practice. Hold on. Ow. Thank you for following. I eat you now. Ow. Okay, let me try this. It might be kind of rough. Yeah, you can stream on short. It is a newer thing now though, I think. I try to do one a week this way. Because I know some people prefer streaming this way. But it's not my preferred way to stream, so I try to keep it to once a week. Okay, let me try this one. This is gonna be rough. What? Oh, hold on, my fingers were in the wrong places. Okay. One second. Get it in high note. Oh god, here's the key change. I'm not gonna be able to hit this. Any of this. Stupid flat. How you hit a flat on the whistle is basically you cover half the note. With my nails, I can't figure out how to do it properly. That's okay. I'm gonna do on Saturday a whole stream of just whistle. So if you guys want to hear more whistle, I've been practicing somewhat. I'm still very bad. But I want to do a whole stream. It's an Irish whistle. I want to do a whole stream. I'm not going to stream on St. Patrick's Day. So I want to do a stream the night before St. Patrick's Day. I'm not going to play a lot of Irish songs or anything, though. I might play a few, but for the most part, I'm going to play weeb songs, but on my Irish whistle. It'll be fun! There's going to be a lot of squawks when I hit notes poorly, because it takes a long time to get good at any instrument, and I think active days I've played this is probably under 5 days. I think there's like 4 different days I tried it or something at this point. So I'm still really new to it. It's gonna suck. But sometimes, having fun doesn't matter if you're good at something. That being said, I have a few things I need to do before I can sleep, and it's a little late. So I am going to drop my links. It was Kugane, but it wasn't a recorder. It's like, it's a penny whistle. It's like, I'll play it just by itself so you can hear it for a sec. But it's a little more recognizable if I played in, like, with grace notes and trills and stuff. More of the style that makes it more recognizable as not a recorder when it's done with like lots of ornamentation, trills, and grace notes and things like that. So that might have been a little more recognizable as to what type of instrument. You can get low ones too. I would love to get a low one, but they start at like $100, whereas this one is like $20. Like legit, no joke. This instrument cost me $20. This thing. $20! And I can see a pretty good quality one. Something when I play without the flute model. I don't have a model for this one, unfortunately. Compare the performance I just did to my cheap one, my old one. This is the one I replaced. Which one do you guys think sounds better? I'll play just the beginning without the music with this one, and you'll hear how bad it sounds with the old one. Versus the exact same thing done on this one. The first one sounds a little more inconsistent. It likes to make squawking noises a lot more. Whereas this one sounds a lot cleaner. Also, Turtle Man, thank you for the super, already worth it. I know, I'm so glad. That's one of the best 20 bucks I ever spent. There's more distinction between notes. It's not an easier fingering, although it is a little bit easier for fingering because the holes are smaller, so it's easier to cover the entire hole. Like with a whistle, if you're even a little bit loose on it, it's just, this is the difference. You'll hear when I slightly loosen my finger. Like, it makes that horrible sound when you slightly loosen it. But whereas on the bigger one, where the holes are bigger, it's harder to fully grip down on the holes. So you get a lot more of like terrible, terrible cat scratching chalkboard noises. That song was from Final Fantasy XIV. It's the Kugane Night theme. I'm still sad that no one recognized the other one. Hold on. Let me try it one more time real quick, and then I really gotta end stream. I got some stuff to do. I wanna see if anyone here now recognizes it. Hold on. I don't know if anyone recognizes it. Maybe if you hear just the whistle. Well, one of the notes wasn't coming out right. It is from Freerin! It is from Freerin! No one at all guessed it earlier! It's totally from Freerin! It's the sad song that plays in like some of the transition themes and stuff. See it, listen now! Of playing. Well, I already know how to play regular flute, right? So it's only a matter of learning the fingerings on this one. I could already read sheet music, right? I don't have the best like lung capacity though, so I can't really do dynamics and stuff yet. But we're getting there. Anyway, if you want more of it, I'll be playing a lot more. I'm gonna do probably 2 or 3 hours of whistle on Saturday. It'll be a no talk, only whistle stream. If you want to hang out and hear some whistle. And hopefully we'll have some better whistle by then. I'm going to practice every day until then. And I've gotten a little addicted to playing this little thing. It's really fun. There's also a lot of tutorials on stream that you can watch where even if you don't know how to read sheet music, it'll just like scroll through telling you what buttons to press at the right parts. So you don't even need to be able to read sheet music to play this thing. But it's really easy. The fingerings are like, you just lift up one finger at a time. Unlike a regular flute where the fingers are kind of wonky. This is like this is the lowest note. With every finger down on it, right? And the highest note is with no fingers on it. So you just lift one finger at a time and then you blow a little harder in the second octave. It's not exact though, like some of the notes are a little different. Like okay. But for the most part, it's just like that, yeah. It is quite fun to play. I don't know what time it's going to be yet on Saturday. I'm going to try to draw a model for it or try to somehow make it work with 3D. I don't have anything for this type of instrument, but I'll try to figure out something. I'm actually working on a song cover collab with this as well. I'm kind of late recording it, but I wanted to make sure it sounds really good. And Actually, there is one other song I want to try real quick with it. Just to see. But I need to, hold on. I need to actually, improve it before I can be more confident with this. I was hoping it would be a little bit easier than I thought. I'm confident I can get it. I just need a little bit of time. Let me see. I have a sheets for it, but it's really fast. That's what I gotta figure out to get it up to speed. And to get some of the squawks out and add some dynamics. I think you guys will recognize this one maybe a little easier. I just gotta download it and change the key really fast. The key is wrong. Okay, and then I really gotta go. I love playing it. When I start, I don't want to stop. Here we go. Give me 1 second. I think it'll sound really good on this when I can learn it. Okay. Blah, that's bad. Hold on. I know people will recognize this one. I know some people will recognize this one. Let me try again. Hold on. The next part is like, I can't do. Oh wait, I'm gonna actually set it to autoplay, and I'll play along even if I'm not as good yet, because I need it to scroll. It is Xenoblade. It's the song I can't play on my regular flute, but it's easier on this. Blech. I want to try to get better on that one. I need a little more time. It's mainly one of the fingerings to jump between is really difficult, but I think it uses the same fingerings as the types of flutes that were used in Xenoblade in the OST, so I figured it would probably sound really good on this. So I transposed it into the key that works, and I'm working on it. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's one I'm very, very keen on improving. bed. I think I'm gonna wrap up and raid some people like I was going to do earlier and failed because I got too excited about my flute. I'll be doing more of it on Saturday. Here's all my links as usual. I don't think they're gonna work if you're on mobile, but if you're not on mobile, they might. They're not. Okay, now they're coming through. Okay, let me see who I can raid. And I'll be live again tomorrow. Maybe with a drawing stream. Definitely with Final Fantasy 14 either way, but I might do a drawing stream as well. Yeah. For now, though, where are we going to go? Let me see. Where should I send you guys? Hold on. I see one person doing the exact same thing I plan to do tomorrow. One person's stream is just called Yeah, and their head is flattened. This seems like maybe a good place to raid. It looks like chaos. I'm gonna go check on it and make sure it's actually a good time to raid. But I feel like I know where I'm probably going. I have a decent idea where we can go. Hold on. That's probably a good fit. Let me make sure that they're still live. Hold on. And that's an okay time to raid. Okay. We're gonna raid into Nanimo Navi from AN Project. I think she's chilling with one of the other girls. I'm so bad with names. The rules. No bullying, harassment permitted, guard your words, respect all beings, no discrimination, drama, or harassment of any kind. Let's create a harmonic stream environment. No spamming, trolling allowed. Please keep communications efficient and meaningful. Maintain topic relevance. Discuss only the current stream subject. Avoid off-topic chatter. No backstage gaming. Do not attempt to navigate the player. Protect the element of surprise. No spoilers. Safeguard personal data. Do not share or discuss personal info with anyone. Refrain from mentioning other streamers or VTubers unless prompted. Maintain chat's focal point. Obey moderator commands if they are there to ensure protocol adherence. And just be nice. Let's create a respectful and pleasant atmosphere. So I'll send you guys in. And may have a good time. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bum, bum, bum.